Guys, life is about energy. What are you bringing to the table? Are you bringing to the table something that's no good? So no matter what, guys, you have to realize today is a beautiful day as I'm in Perth, and no matter what you are doing in life, you have to see life is about you. What is it that you need right now to succeed? You need more ideas, you need entrepreneurship, you need something of leadership. So guys, be that person who is actually going out there and changing the world in terms of changing yourself first. So never seek to really improve other people, but seek to improve yourself first. That way, when you improve yourself, guys, it comes naturally that other people will be improved. So always seek for new ideas, seek to become a better person, seek from the outside world some ideas based on your business, based on how you can actually achieve a better you. Because guys, it's about being better than yesterday. It's about what can you do today to really improve your life. So make sure that you're doing personal development, make sure that you're studying upon what you do, make sure that you're the best in your field about what is it you do. In life, guys, when you have a passion will give you drive, a passion will give you motivation and discipline, but also a career and legacy. So guys, build that type of lifestyle where you can get up in the morning and where you can have a totally successful life and never have to work a 9-to-5 job. So the whole point of that is to make sure that you set up your financial freedom and that you have security, that you have money all the time, that you're never worried about money. So make sure that you're always staying away from anything that is taking away your money. So the whole point is just to have a growth mindset about everything. Make sure that when you're speaking in front of a camera that you can really speak and that you can really say something that is going to be even newer than before. So always speak in a different way, always speak in a different expression of mind. Seek to say something that always is going to really help other people and that benefits other people. So with other people, you need to realize that it's more about you and where you're going. But just realize now that no matter what, I'm number one in my life. And you always have to keep repeating that. You have to say that you're number one in your life, that you're number one in your life. Otherwise, guys, you start neglecting yourself. So I repeat, I'm number one in my life many times throughout the day so that I can keep myself balanced, so I can keep myself more spiritual and more positive. So do whatever positive people do. When you have a person who is really successful in life, emulate them and make sure that you see that you never become another person in life, but that you really, really work with yourself in a way where you are the only person who can deliver a certain message. So be a person who can brand yourself, brand your face, and be whatever it is your name is, and just make sure that no matter what, when people hear your name, they'll hear a person who is really successful. So just realize that name is more important than, say, a Nike brand. So my face is more important than a Nike brand because I'm a human, and Nike brand is a materialistic brand. So realize this now, that there are two types of brands. There is a materialistic brand and there is a personal brand. Guys, be a personal brand. Be someone who's really into showing their face on camera, who's really into writing books, who's really into going out there and doing seminars, making sure that people are successful, but making sure that you're successful the most by living inside. So when I say you have to go out there, I mean that you have to go and teach people how to succeed. You have to teach people how to live life, and you have to teach people what a better life is. So to do that, you have to draw inspiration from the world around you, and you have to realize that you need to take action, you need to drive content into the world so that you can really be successful in what it is you're doing. Because guys, it's about freedom. It's about living life to the best of your ability. So find what you can say and just say it on camera so that you can improve also. It's about your improvement. It's about, yes, you see people speaking with other people, but guys, no matter what, communication is key for your success. You can see now where I'm going with this. My communication skills have far improved since I've started these videos, and you can see the progression. So guys, no matter what, spirituality has everything to do with success. So when you're more spiritual, you also have more growth, you also have more maturity, you have more emotional intelligence, and it's about connecting the dots. You have to connect the dots daily so you can really see how can you prosper more, how can you be richer, how can you be less poor? So always seek ways to have more money. Cut out those investments that are expenses, that are expenditures, and make sure that no matter what, you always think investments. That you think, hey, I have something amazing over here, and it's an amazing way for me to have more money. Get rid of the car. Make sure that you're never purchasing a house outright. Make sure that you're never buying a house, guys. Make sure that you're only renting cars and you're renting also houses and you're renting real estate, because guys, no matter what, you have to study more and more, and you have to study and realize that today is your beautiful day to really prosper, to really become abundant. So health is number one, and just realize now today that something in your life must change. You must change, and you must be a person who is far greater than yesterday, and you must be a person who is always doing something in accordance with what you're doing. So just realize today that no matter what happens in your life, you need to change one aspect of your life. You need to change something that's going to really help you. So what is it that can help you today to really succeed? Guys, it's one idea. One idea, it's that passion where you're working in life. You must be able to see what area of your life must be improved today. So do you need help with sales? Do you need help with spirituality? Do you need help with personal development? Do you need help with real estate? Do you need help with anything in life that's going to help you? Make sure that you go and read a book about it. Make sure that you study upon it. Make sure that you take action and that you implement certain actions to make sure that your dream and that your wishes and what you set out to do becomes fruitful, that it becomes today, that it becomes right now. So implementation is another word for taking action and taking accountability, but also taking responsibility. It's the same word. So just realize today is a beautiful day, as I get to enjoy my life, I get to have a business for myself, I get to work for myself, I get to do something amazing, and I have a beautiful business. It's called me. So no matter what, you can always have a business about you, and you need to realize now that you need to be somebody in your field, and you need to do it today. So what is your best aspect of life now, and how can you make it better? You always have to keep asking yourself questions, and you need to be open-minded, you need to be curious, you need to be someone who can lead people, but first you have to lead yourself. First, you never be dependent on other people about money, and with money, you need to be interdependent, and you need to be independent first to become interdependent. So once you're interdependent, guys, you can lead, and you can make sure that you can manage yourself and other people, and also that you can also afford what your life is all about. So guys, have a beautiful lifestyle, have something amazing for yourself, and just realize to never be shy. If you have shyness issues, make sure that you communicate more. Make sure that you get up on camera more. Make sure that you set up the disciplines needed to never be shy. So those people who are shy have a certain secrecy that they're hiding in certain life that they need nobody to know. So no matter what, make sure that you never know in life, and make sure that you are just succeeding on your own terms. So make sure that you never run by other people. Make sure other people are never confusing you. Make sure that you're never confused in life. Make sure that you understand more and more. Make sure that you learn faster. Make sure that you're doing something in accordance to being in discomfort. So anything that's going to make you discomfortable, and that you're going to be out of your comfort zone, is the best way to live life, is the best way to live on the edge, and is the best way to make sure that you're going to grow and become successful, because those people who are in their comfort zones are never really taking any type of action to intentionally grow. So it's all about freedom. It's about how can I succeed today, and how can I be more uncomfortable today. So guys, just realize your life is what you make of it. Your life must be, I must be successful or nothing. So go all in with your life. Make sure you put your heart into it. Put your heart into it every single day, and be dedicated about your work. Be dedicated to do more work. If you can only do 1 hour videos, do 3 hour videos. Find a way for you to do more hours in your day through content, and make sure you brand yourself more and more throughout life. Because guys, it's about setting those habits. It's about pushing yourself to succeed. Push yourself, use your emotions to really drive yourself to succeed. So no matter what, guys, just realize there's all the time in the world to speak. When you're on camera, guys, just take your time and realize now that it's about your life. It's never about other people. So when you're succeeding, just realize now that people will watch you, and you have to realize that you need to be in the spotlight anyway. So guys, just learn how to be in front of people and how to speak in front of people. As you can see over here where I am, I'm in Perth at the moment. But guys, for me to be able to get to Perth, I had to do a range of skills. I had to really work myself, and I had to really do financial planning every single day of 8 months. I had to really consciously invest my money, and I really had to improve myself every single step of the way to even be in Perth. So guys, for me to be in Perth is a massive achievement, and for me to be in this position right now is a massive achievement. So what I do on a daily basis is I always wake up and I start to really improve my life through content. I start to drive content, I start to upload quotes, I start to do Instagram highlights, I start to do something amazing in my life that I've never done before, and I make sure to keep on that track. So always be changing your approach, as Tony Robbins says. Be changing that approach of yours, and no matter what, there's always something that will work. So do what works, guys. If something's not working, if something's never working in your life, make sure that you are somebody who can make it work. Make sure that you work while you work. Make sure that you are working all the time, that you're working on yourself all the time. Because guys, your real business is you. It's never your 9-to-5 job. And realize that the 9-to-5 job is never the way to go. I'm out of the 9-to-5 and I'm very grateful for it. Make sure that also you're never proud in life, that you're never proud, because proudness has everything to do with egotistical mindset. So be grateful more than you're proud. And with life, just realize that the less ego you have is the more knowledge you have. So as Albert Einstein says, he says, more knowledge, less ego. And realize this, in life, you need mentors. You need somebody who can drive you, who can help you to succeed. So use people around you who are really successful. Go on YouTube and find millionaires, multi-millionaires, people who are entrepreneurs, people who are really inspiring the world for greatness. So no matter what, guys, be great today. Be someone who is really helping life in some type of way. And no matter what, guys, just realize to take your time as you speak on video, take your time as you speak at seminars, make sure you're doing something incredible. Make sure that you're providing new content all the time, and make sure that you are always promoting yourself in the best way possible, because guys, it's worth it. It's worth for you to really see how successful you can be. So please make sure that you can really find the ways and find the business strategies that you need to really succeed. Guys, if you have Google, you have YouTube, you have millionaires today who can help you, you have books. Books are the best resource for success. So those people who are really successful can always teach you something in books. So turn to books, turn to ideas, make sure that you're always learning, you're always growing. Because guys, those people can help you grow. I can also help you grow, but you have to really make sure that you make an impact right now, and that you start doing something. That you start doing something that's going to help you be happier. What is it that you're good in? What is it that you really are interested about? If you're interested about animals, make sure that you find some reasons why you can have more of what you do have. And no matter what, always realize that you need more of what you do have. So find out why you can have more, and really ask yourself questions about how to have more in life. So you can really see that selfishness is also the way for success. Guys, no matter what, be selfless and selfish. Guys, selfish people need to love themselves. Selfless people do love themselves. So the whole point of the yin-yang theory is that you are really somebody in life who can really make a difference. So make a difference today. Make sure that you're always in a better mindset. Make sure that you're always succeeding in life, doing something in accordance to success, leadership, empathy, discipline, attitude. Go study these areas. Make sure that you study charisma, study enthusiasm, study spirituality, study also public speaking, communications, relationships, marriage. Guys, get into it. Psychology, make your own philosophy. As Jim Rohn says, philosophy is everything. The better your philosophy, the better your life. So always seek to have a greater mindset in what you're doing. Have more wisdom, seek wisdom, and no matter what, always make sure that you live better than you are. Make sure you're off the poison, take away the poison from your life, I promise your life will improve. So just make sure today that you make your life something incredible, that you're really, really interested in your life. Make sure that you are somebody who is really interested in the world around you, and that you really, really do start to uplift people when you speak to them. Because guys, it's about the long run. Think about long perspective and you'll be successful. And no matter what, realize today that delaying gratification is your way and your ticket. So guys, no matter what, those people who delay will always have a better life. So realize this today, that when you become successful, you can also delay gratification, and that's going to make you successful. That's going to make you somebody worth noting. So guys, be someone who is worth noting, be someone who is valuable, and that's your golden ticket for success.
Hey guys, do you know when you see a woman and they, from the corner of your eye, they go, they're very scared people, do you understand? So what you do is you never be scared around shopping centres, otherwise you look like a woman. We go, no matter what, I'm never a woman. But you have to realise to never imitate other people either, because guess what? People are scaring other people all over the place, and you have to be one of those people who are just generous and very polite in what you say. Otherwise, you will look like a woman who are very scared and frightened, and no matter what, they look like this. They abruptly move like idiots. So guys, never be the idiots in your life, and make sure that you're better than women and men altogether.
How's it going, guys? No matter what you're doing today, you have to realize today must be a day for success. You must be able to do something today that's going to be incredible. So in terms of your life, you need to really realize that today is your day, and you need to use your heart more. You need to be able to be a person who is emotionally intelligent, who's always leading other people, and a person who actually is living in the moment. So to be in your heart is to actually win everything over. So no matter what, your heart can succeed, your heart can use all its resources right now, and you realize now that no matter what, the heart is always never wrong nor right. So that means there is no ego in the heart. As you speak in the heart, you can speak for millions of decades and people will love you because it's coming from the heart. But those people who are mind oriented and speaking from the mind directly are always fixed on right and wrong. So I have a blueprint where I may go into my growth mindset, and no matter what, I'm growing from that, and I realize that there is a spirituality going on in the world. And now you have to be able to see and recognize a person who speaks from the heart and a person who's mind oriented. Now a person who is mind oriented is a person who is so far mentally ill that they have to think and they have to be always arrogant and always correct about what they're doing. Now, that's never the way to be. You never be correct and you never be perfect in the person you are. What you do is you realize that people may attack you and let them attack you, but realize that you must never defend yourself. Do you understand why? Because when you defend yourself, that means that you are falling in the same category as the attacker. So when a person attacks you, they attack you because they are right or wrong about what happened. But when you defend yourself, you are a person who is defending yourself based on right and wrong. So let them attack you and just never react to their attack. Now, when you're thinking about worst case scenarios, never even think about worst case scenarios and never even think about life at all. So what you do is you realize that life is never to be thought about. So that is the spirituality inside living in the moment, that life you never think about. That when you're approaching people and you're speaking to them and you're trying to get something, guys, realize, never try to get something, but when you're speaking to people and doing something, that you never think about it, you just do it. So obviously, for example, say you need a relationship, you need somebody in your life, and you're very lonely and depressed. First, you have to realize that nobody can complete you even when you're lonely and depressed. So even when you had someone, or even when you have someone in your household who is with you, you may be also lonely and depressed while you have a boyfriend and a girlfriend or a husband or wife. So the whole point of life is make sure that you are fully secure in yourself first. Make sure that you're fully secure in yourself first so that you can really grasp who you are. Now, no matter what, people are always going to be irritated about life. So you just mind your own business and you walk at your steady own pace. Because guys, life is worth living when you are never angry. So realize to never rush while you're driving and to never beep at anybody, because guys, realize that there is no right or wrong. Now, when you curse other people, when you're angry at other people, just realize that you start cursing yourself the most and you start becoming angry at yourself the most by cursing others and by being angry at others. So realize what you say goes against you. So the best thing you can do is get out your journal, and instead of speaking about other people to other people, start speaking about other people in a journal and speak about them in the most positive way and in the most positive manner, because you'll realize that you will have maybe some anger about some people in your area or in your childhood, or about some people in your school, some people in where you are from and who you grew up with. So realize now, when you're writing it down and when you're really talking about them in your journal, about what they do, how they surround themselves with people and everything in that nature, you have to realize you will start speaking as a smarter person when you have a journal with you all the time. So make sure you're never gossiping about people. Make sure that you're never talking negatively about people, but that you really study how to write better. So when you're writing better, you realize that writing is going to get you everywhere. Guys, writing has gotten me this far. I promise you, writing will get you somewhere as well. So the more you write, the more you can be a leader. The more you write, the more you can plan. The more you write, the more you have business. The more you write, the more you can talk. The more you write, the more you can do anything. So writing is a superpower, okay? Only Superman and Wonder Woman can ever write in life. So realize now, to make sure that your life is so amazing that you have all this to give, that you have all the richness in the world. Because guys, your heart has all the richness in the world that you need. But first, you have to make your heart healthy. You have to make sure that your heart is vibrating at a pace that it's so amazing for you to even be alive. And that's the grasp of fully living. You need to be able to fully live. Be a person who is fully living in life. Be the person who is teaching life. You understand? Because those people who are teaching life are never angry about what they are saying. They are people who are fully spiritual, and you need to be a person who is fully spiritual so that you can really experience something incredible in life. Now, you can see the background here in Perth. Guys, I'm so grateful just to be in Perth, because I was working on myself for 1 year just to be here. You understand? And each step of the way for 1 year, I became better than yesterday. I became better than yesterday. I became better than yesterday. And each and every day, I seek now to do some content. I seek to do over 2 hours of content every single day, just so that I can push myself more. Now my heart says, yes, I can do it. I can do it when I put my mind to it. But sometimes you find yourself very stressed out. You find yourself very negative, and you find yourself in a place where you would ask, how can I brand myself? And no matter what, most people out there are very lacking in their confidence. So you have to realize now that you have to remove those barriers where you can get up on camera and where you can start to be successful. So the best way to do that is first have your health. People who are healthy can actually brand themselves. Now, there are people who are unhealthy in life, and no matter what, they can brand themselves too. But you have to realize now that health is first. So what worked for me is I started to really work on myself. I lost the weight because I was 47 kilos heavier than this, and I lost the weight, and that enabled me to really get up on camera and to start motivating and to start really giving my story and to start really doing my work. So because I lost the weight, because I lost 47 kilograms, you'll find that when you lose weight, it's going to help you to brand yourself better. Also, when you quit smoking, when you quit drugs, when you quit alcohol, and you start to live your talk, you'll find that you can brand yourself much more and easier. That you can brand yourself much easier on camera. That you can really start doing something incredible. So guys, realize now to never be offended by the world around you, but to live in your heart. So sometimes when I'm in my heart, what happens is I start to go into this mind aspect of my life, and I start to also breathe, and I start to do meditation in terms of living my life in a growth mindset. So when I go in my growth mindset, I realize I'm still growing, but I'm pushing myself now. So no matter what, I'm burning a butt. I just realize now, no matter what, that living in the heart can always benefit you in the long run. So when you're giving a public speaking seminar, give it from the heart. When you're doing any type of video in life, do it from the heart, because your heart will always have something to say. So realize now that when I do go in my growth mindset, I need to also see that my growth mindset and my heart can do it, but that my heart will always be able to do it. You understand? My heart will always be able to do it, and so can my mindset. So no matter what, guys, use your mindset, use your heart, and see that you can plan on the spot, that you can plan in real life about how to succeed. So success is all about making sure that you make the best videos, that you make content, some type of content that is going to help other people. Use me as an example, guys. Use me as an example and say, hey, look at Danny. He's a sober person, he's a vegan person. He's a vegan person. He's a person who lost 47 kilograms. He also overcame schizophrenia. And he overcame his drug addictions. And guess what? He's been traveling Australia now for 8 months. And that means he's out of the 9-to-5 job. He's never worked in the rat race. Guess what? I'm working on myself every day. I'm better than yesterday. Guys, that's a massive achievement. When you're better than yesterday, when you overcome schizophrenia, when you lost 47 kilos, when you became vegan, when you overcame all the drugs that you ever took, when you're traveling the world already, when you're traveling Australia for 8 months, guys, that's a beautiful achievement. Especially when you're better than yesterday. So when you're better than yesterday, guys, realize planning is everything. I can teach you planning. I can teach you success. I can teach you leadership. I can teach you public speaking. I can teach you everything that you need to see. I can teach you the art of traveling and how to travel with less. Guys, I travel with less than 3 kilograms on me every single day. Now, I'll show you what I mean. Just so you see an example, okay? Here's my bag. This is my backpack. You see this? That's everything that I carry in my life when I travel. So there's no suitcase on me. In the hostel, all I have at the hostel right now is a towel, earmuffs, and an eye guard. Nothing else. So I left it in the hostel. It's open. My lockers are open inside the hostel. So say someone did steal my stuff in the hostel, guys, I can always replace it. So you can always use that technique. Anything that you can replace, please put it in the locker and leave it unlocked. Make sure you never buy it. Make sure you never invest in yourself in terms of a locker. Make sure no matter what, invest in yourself, but never get yourself a locker, because the whole point is leave your items or anything that you can actually afford inside the locker and leave it unlocked, because guys, no matter what, you can always get a new one. So for example here, my bag, I can always get a new one. My microwave cup, I can get a new one. My mattress, I can get a new one. The mattress is $5. The power tubes is $10. Do you understand? So power tubes for my muscles, and my mattress is for sit-ups and also just to sit in the park somewhere. So I can also use the mattress to sit on concrete. I can use the mattress to sit on anything to enlighten my bum. And guys, no matter what, when you see inside, I'll show you what I have. I have food. I have food and electronics. I'll just show you this. Just so you see over here. You see this over here? This over here has my food in it. I'll just show you. So when you see over here, has food, has 420 grams. There's 4 of these cans, okay? So that's 2 kilograms of food today I have to eat. And also my electronics, my nice beautiful lookalike GoPro. It's a lookalike one. It's a $37 one, but this one's going to help me do something. And I have here just some documents that I received my license. I have to get my passport because recently my passport and all my identification was stolen before. So guys, over here, as you can see, I'll just show you quickly. As you can see, that right here is just my electronics. So guys, I have around 2 kilograms of food inside my bag, plus my mattress and my power tube, my microwave cup and my electronics. And guys, the backpack. And you see now that it's less than 3 kilograms, and no matter what, I'm traveling with less than 3 kilograms. Why? Because guys, it's a much easier way to travel. When I can travel on the go, I used to carry a suitcase. Actually, I used to have a backpack, and it used to have loads of stuff in it. And then I used to have a smaller suitcase because I had a bigger suitcase, and then I downsized into a smaller one. And what I did was I had a scooter with me, and I would actually tie my suitcase to my bag, and it'd be flopping at the back of me while I'm driving my scooter. So my small suitcase, which was $20, was hooked with a carabiner, with one of these, was hooked to the bottom of my bag. It's a small one, and it was on my bag. So everything that I had was on my back. I had my backpack, and then my suitcase, which was a small one, underneath my backpack. And I'd be driving my scooter very fast. So it was a massive achievement. This was in Sunshine Coast when I went, and it was just an incredible investment just to be able to do that, because I downsized. And then I realized over the time, I threw away the small suitcase altogether, and then I just worked with what I had in my bag. And then from that, I realized, guys, I can travel with less than 3 kilograms, because guys, no matter what, with my shirt right now, I throw it away every 5 days. Every 5 days, I let it be. I never wash it. Once it's sweaty, I throw it away. Why? Because I have to look newer anyway. You understand? Every week I throw my clothes. See my shoes? I get them at Kmart for $10. Do you understand? I get this over here, my pants, for $10. Guys, this $10. You understand? I look rich anyway. Why? Because I'm better than yesterday. I'm looking better than yesterday. So people see me, they see a nice, beautiful clothing, but the whole point is that you be better than yesterday. So I'm richer than but. So no matter what, when you're using the word but, just realize that it can make you self-doubt. Just say that I am richer than but, I'm better than but. I use the words I'm better than but. Why? Because when you're using the word if and but, you start to doubt. So I'm better than if, I'm better than but. That way, you can always go back on it. So realize now, with my bag right now, you have to understand that I travel with less than 3 kilograms on me all the time. And because I travel by plane as well, guys, I get $20 discounts because I never bring more than 7 kilos. You understand? Because a person who has, say, maybe 10 kilos has to carry a suitcase or something in that nature, has to give $20 extra every time for 15 kilos extra. So no matter what, I travel lightly. So I always bring my stuff with me everywhere. And that's the whole point of traveling. The whole point of traveling is bring your stuff everywhere with you so you can really prosper, so you can really succeed. Guys, it's worth it. Make sure that you do it, and make sure that no matter what happens, that you can pause your video also, as no matter what, this is a motivational video, so I can pause my video and continue just so I can put my backpack back in place so I can walk to my hostel. So I have to actually book my hostel today at Perth Central Backpackers, and I find at Perth Central Backpackers it's very peaceful compared with Cairns. And no matter what, guys, you have to realize that when you're promoting people, that you promote them in the best way possible, because it's always going to come back in the best way for you. Realize now that when you're journaling, when you're doing something in terms of journaling, that you are really, really, really talking about the people in your life in a journal in the best way possible. And start to word your sentences better and better and better, and start to read more vocabulary, and start to learn on your own time while these other people around you are going out chasing women and men and drinking alcohol. Realize this now, no matter what, there are people around you right now devastating you, and you need to get out from the crowd, and you need to start walking your own road. Inside, you have to look inside, and you never get out, but you go inside. So you have to move away from your old crowd, and you have to start transitioning into a better period of your life. And realize now that when you make an independent choice, you'll start to have a better life than a dependent one. So I used to be dependent. I used to be dependent on my father to give me money. I used to be dependent on the government. And no matter what, today, guess what? I'm financially free. I'm a person who has life, who has a life. And no matter what, guys, I use the government's money to succeed. Do you understand? So guess what? I grew up from a small baby. The government was handing me money as I was growing up. Guys, there's no shame in the government giving you money, because guess what? The government's money and all money in general that's plastic today, money is never paper today, it's actually plastic. So we went into a transition, which is even better because now we save trees. And because of that, guys, realize this now. That money is printed easily. Do you understand? Money is printed. So never work for printed money. Robert Kiyosaki says it. Never work for printed money. Now, I find myself in this beautiful stadium with many people in my life. Why? Because I feel it. I feel it. I feel I'll be there. I'll be in a place where there's tens of thousands of people, and I'll be giving a public speaking speech because I can do it. My heart says it. Now, no matter what, guys, you realize I have over 150 courses in terms of videos and hours of worth of knowledge right now in terms of video, and I'll have also audio programs. But the main thing also is my journal. Realize this, never doubt my journal, because my journal will teach you what never to do. Now, when you're living life, when you're succeeding, you have to realize those around you are most of the time going to drag you down. Now, do you see these people here? Do you see these people? These people, most of them will waste my time. Do you understand? So no matter what I do is I move into a better place. I move somewhere where I can actually learn, someone who I actually trust. So no matter what, realize this, most of the people in the world will drag you down. So stay away from negative people who waste your time. You understand? And mainly, they're wasting your time. There may be positive people, there may be influencers, but there may be a chance they're wasting your time. So watch out for people who are wasting your time, because money is time. So guess what? Money is right now important in your life, but you have to realize time is more important than money, and you need your time. So realize to be in a better place where you can have more time and get away from the 9 to 5 job so you can actually create time. Guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. So guys, today is an amazing day, as no matter what, you could see when I start my sentences, I start them now straight away. When you realize that I spoke before in my life, and I was doing courses and I was doing all these courses the same way I'm doing it today, but in a better version, you realize that I always started, hey guys, 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 hello guys, hey guys, hey guys. It was always, hey guys, before. Why? Because I was somebody who was very afraid. I was very afraid of what I was saying. I was very afraid of the person I was. And today I can make 1 hour to 8 hours of video very easily, and I can actually teach, and I can actually be an entrepreneur, and I can actually do something which is incredible in my life. So no matter what, guys, never really doubt yourself in who you are, but speak in the heart and speak from who you are inside your core. Because guys, you matter very much. So realize now that your heart will never be scared. When you're doing anything in your life, when you're speaking, make sure you speak it from the heart, because the heart can lead you, the heart can guide you, the heart can really make you do something incredible. So no matter what, guys, realize now that you have to be better than the crowd. You have to realize to do something more than the crowd is doing, because most people are working, but they're giving nothing for the money they're working for. So no matter what, guys, you have to realize you're worth more than 25 bucks an hour. You're worth more than $100,000 an hour. You're worth more than $1 million an hour when you can provide more value. So first you have to become a valuable person, and you have to realize today is your chance to make that happen. So how do you make that happen? You realize to read. You have to read. You have to read. You have to read. You have to read. And when you read from me especially, guys, no matter what, I need you to read from me. I need you to read from me the most. Why? Because guys, no matter what, I can teach you everything you need to see for the most affordable price. Now, in your life, of course, you need more mentors. I always suggest you gain more mentors in your life, and always seek something better for you to do. Seek that there is a better way for you in life, and realize to never lose hope. Never lose hope about who you are, and never lose your sense of integrity. Integrity is to be studied upon, is to be measured, and it's also to be made sure that you realize that you're better than yesterday all the time by never knowing. So never know who you are, but realize that you must keep growing. That's your only passion in life. Passion must be growth. You must be able to grow. You must make passion your growth. Do you understand? So you must be able to grow and put yourself first. Guys, realize today is an amazing day for me as I get to teach you from the heart. So when I teach you from the heart, this is no lie. This is actually my true authentic ability that I'm teaching you. Do you see the beautiful trees here in Perth? They're tropical, they're so beautiful. Now, no matter what, when you're speaking from the heart, guys, you've got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose. You can always influence people with your heart because your heart is emotional intelligence. You understand? Now, my heart is incredible. My heart speaks about everything, and you have to listen when I speak from the heart. So I will never lie from my heart. So no matter what, you need to realize that whatever I'm doing right now, I'm better than yesterday. So whatever you're saying about me, that I may be a scammer, that because I'm not a scammer, you may be saying all these type of natures that I may be a scammer, that I may be taking your money, that I may be nobody in the world. Listen, no matter what, you can see I'm better than yesterday. You can see my communication. You can see I'm traveling the world and I'm living my life. So the whole point of this course that I'm giving is no matter what, so that I do make some money. You understand? I do make some money from you because I have to make some money, and I'm never ashamed to make money. So the whole point of me doing this is I'm doing it for free. I'm doing it for free, but I'm doing it to make money too. So first, here's the difference. I do it for free either way, because that's my passion. And then I make money from my passion. I do it for free first. Do you understand? You need to find something to do it for free. Because guys, I'll do this for the rest of my life because I'm so passionate about life. You understand? And I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free everywhere. You give me a free public speaking gig, I'll come there for free and I'll give a public speaking gig. And then I'll promote my work for free. You understand? No matter what, you have to promote yourself for free. But you have to make money. Now, when people are never giving you money, guess what? Never expect it from them. Because guess what? They cannot afford you for $7.20 a month. You understand? So guess what? No matter what, you have to realize I'm the 1 cent man. Now, of course, people can overtake me, but guess what? Because the 1 cent is the minimum required amount in Australia today and in the world, you can gain 1 cent in coins. So I just work for 1 cent an hour. Now, of course, I can go from $7.20 and I can go $4 a month. No problem. But for me, $7.20 works amazing. So guys, I can always drop my price, but realize this, no matter what, I'm more valuable than $7.20 a month. I can charge you $100 for the same product and be making the money, no problem. Do you understand? Because for me, I'm highly valuable. But the whole point of selling is to make yourself the most affordable that you can. So no matter what, just realize that 1 cent an hour works perfectly for me. Maybe $2 a month works for you. Good for you. No matter what, guys, realize this now, that when you're speaking from the heart, you're doing a video from the heart, time's gonna fly. Time goes anyway. So do something right now to improve your life. When you're losing weight, let me teach you how to lose weight. Guys, no matter what, I do weight loss designs for $15 every single month. So I give you one weight loss design, and guess what happens? You have to go and do it, and guess what? Next month, you give me another $15, and guess what happens? You start to lose weight, and you start to see results because you're the one disciplined. I'm the one doing the designs for you, and guess what? You are achieving more, but you're also losing weight in the long run for the most affordable price of someone who's actually lost 47 kilos. Do you understand? So I did the work for you already in terms of knowledge. You just have to apply the discipline needed. So when I say stay away from McDonald's, you have to stay away from it. Otherwise, your $15 is just mine. Do you understand? So there's no refunds. Do you understand? Because what you invest in me eventually will help you to grow. So think about giving money in terms of your knowledge. You have to go to university in terms of, say you did go to university, then you would have to go to university, but they take anyway so much money from you. So guess what? I'm better than Bob. And realize now that no matter what, that you always speak better, they're always doing better, they're always doing something better. So realize now that the universities in life, people are going there and they're in debt of $50,000 to $100,000 to $200,000. Guys, you guys can afford me for $7.20 a month. I'm self-education. That's the bank's money. What they're doing is they're scamming you with the bank's interest loans and everything in terms of the university. So you have to realize now that Colleges and universities are never on your side. What's on your side is me, self-education, people who are millionaires right now. Never believe teachers in high schools and government schools and colleges and universities, because guys, what matters is self-education. So guys, no matter what, I have to go to the toilet quickly, but I'll be doing some more videos for you, so just tune in very quickly. So guys, no matter what you're doing in life, you have to realize today is your chance to succeed. So you living life is a chance for you to progress. Now, no matter what, I'll never show you sorrow, I'll never feel sorry for you, and I'll never show you sympathy about the person you are. Why? Because we all started off equally. We all started off with no knowledge, and we all became babies in the world. And guess what? As we grow in age, guess what? You have to realize there is no growing older. We never grow older in life. You've been conditioned to think old. You've been conditioned to think that you have to be old. Now, no matter what, maybe you're a person who never was conditioned to be old and to think old. But there's most people out there who are conditioned to believe that they have to be old, that they have to age old, that they have to look older, and that they are 27 years old, that they are 50 years old, they are 30 years old, that they are 70 years old. No, no. When you're aging, you have to say, I'm 27 years young, I'm 50 years young, I'm 100 years young. So when you age, you realize now that aging is a young process. So what you need to do is, as you age, you need to grow younger. So that's the foundation of health. That's the foundation of aging, okay? To age better and well, and better than well, you have to realize now, to age better than the people around you, through health. Get yourself into health. Start to really better your nutrition first. So first, to lose 47 kilos, I had to really study health. I had to be a person who really dug into health, and I had to start exercising. I had to start taking conscious action to really start disciplining myself to learn about nutrition and to start really losing weight on my own accord. Otherwise, I would have to give $10,000 that I could never afford before. So no matter what, you realize this now, that people will always do something for you when you have the money. But when you have no money, you have to do it yourself. So realize now that when you have no money in business, do it yourself. Do it yourself until you do make the money. Once you make the money, start to delegate it toward other people, because that's how you succeed even further. Now, when you're delegating work, the whole point of delegating work is so that you have less workload, and so you do have employees in your life, so that you do become interdependent, so that you're leading people in your life, but so that you become your own brand. Now, in life, you can never do everything by yourself. You need people on your side. You need people in your team. But make sure that you're the smartest person in your team. You understand? Make sure that you're the person leading the organization. Do you understand? Make sure that other people are never leading you. Do you understand? Because otherwise, you're being led. Now, no matter what, to be a person who has to be led by others, you have to realize now that nobody knows more than you. I never know more than you. I never know anything about life. I never know about anybody in the past. I never know what I learned. I never know more than my next neighbor. So no matter what, I never know about the people I see. I never know more than the people I see in daily life. Why? Because I'm a student of the game. I'm a person who's still growing. Now, most people in life, they're going around saying they know everything. Do you understand? They know everything. So guess what? I know nothing. As Socrates says, I know nothing. The only thing that I know is that I know nothing. Why? Because that's going to keep you in the game. It's much better to succeed than to fail when you are really doing something incredible. So realize this now, that people are on your side. When you are on your side, you must be on your side first, and then the people will follow. When you put yourself first, other people will join you. So guys, realize this, that people who put themselves first are always people who have a better life. They're always people who are doing more. They're always people who have more passion and more oomph in the tank. So guys, make sure you have the drive. Make sure that you have everything that you need right now. Now, some of you may have grown up in Africa. Some of you may have grown up in a poor country such as India and China. You understand? Now, no matter what, you have to realize now that countries in the world that have many people are third world countries, such as China and India. You understand? So Malaysia, also Eastern Middle countries, are all third world countries. Now you have to realize those are poor countries. So if you were born in those areas, you realize now that you can become somebody in your nation, but you realize now that the most important way to live life is to never doubt yourself, but to realize to learn and grow. I'm better than Bart. Now, no matter what, you have to realize that when I repeat I'm better than Bart, it's just for me to realize that I can speak better than I do. Now, no matter what, guys, when you're living in the Middle Eastern countries and in a third world country right now, such as India, China, and Middle East, realize this now. Whoever you are there, you need to become bigger. You need to start outmaneuvering all the people around you by outsmarting the people around you. Use the resources that you have, think smart, read books, make sure you get yourself around leaders, make sure that you time manage your time. And guys, managing your time and disciplining yourself and becoming the best version of yourself and becoming the best version of yourself is the best way of life. So guys, realize this, you can do it easily. I've done it easily in life. Do you understand? I've done it easily, step by step. Now, life is never hard. Becoming the best version of yourself is never hard. Losing weight is never hard. Studying and learning more is never hard. It just takes effort. So all you have to do is realize to put more effort into what really matters. That way you will succeed. That way you have more money. That way you'll do more. That way you'll be more. So realize this, when I do these videos, I look for the best way to give you more knowledge and more ideas to think greater so that you can be somebody. Because that's the whole point. We all need to feel important in life, especially me. I need to feel important. Why? Otherwise, guess what? I die. I have to feel that I'm somebody in the world making a difference. I need to do something of difference that's going to make the world a better place. So no matter what, I'm always a person who is a greater person than I am. So I'm always doing something that's going to make me look greater than the person I was. So that's the whole point of living an integrity life. Live an integral life where you keep your word, you're actually focused on yourself, you're focusing on your heart, and you're focusing inside your heart and you're speaking directly from your heart, because guys, the outside world never matters. What matters is where you're going in your career. So guys, take your work seriously. The outside world will look at you and they'll say, who's this guy giving a video? But guess what, no matter what, you have to realize this is your life on the line. You understand? So when you're giving a video, when you're really putting yourself out there, be serious about it. You understand? I'm being serious right now. So no matter what, as you can see over here, it's a beautiful painting. And no matter what, I always go far and beyond to make sure that I can have everything on my video so that I can show myself in the future. And no matter what, you have to realize there is a future, but the future is right now. Now, the future is right now. Now, when you're living life, no matter what happens, realize this, that you're living in the moment. So when you talk about the future, realize the future is near this moment, that the future is this moment, but that you always keep repeating your words and then you keep seeing what to really say and what to really do. So realize this, no matter what happens, do better than yesterday. Do something incredible. Do life and make it better than it is now. Sometimes in your life, you're gonna have something so incredible in your life and you just have to be grateful for it. Now, my heart is rich and I can give you so many ideas now because I'm speaking from the heart. My heart is unlimited knowledge. And why? Because I'm better than yesterday and my heart can see it, my heart senses it. So the whole point of living is now, let's give you ideas so you can really benefit yourself, so you can really get $1 more in your life. Do you understand? Because those people who are really living life can really sense who they are in their heart. So live from the heart. I promise you, you'll have all the ideas that you need. So when you're living from the heart, guys, when you're speaking from the heart, no matter what happens, be a smart ass. Be a person who is very smart. Talk smart. Do you understand? Talk smart. Look smart. Have smart life. Have a smart life. Have a smart watch. Do you understand? Have a smartphone. Do you understand? So be a smart person. Do you understand? Be a person who is far greater than the world around you. Do something in accordance to something greater than you are. Do something that you are right now that you can benefit from. Do you understand? Life is about helping yourself to succeed. helping the world to succeed. That's what leadership is all about. Leadership is all about, let's make you successful so that I can become successful. Let's give you first some information so that you trust me, so that I can help you, so that you can help me, so that we can collaborate. You give me some of your money, I'll give you some of my knowledge. You understand? Guys, no matter what, there's a world out there, they're giving money to Coca-Cola cans, to drugs, to nightclubs, and to random people, to druggos. Guys, realize this, they're giving more money to those people than they are for me. You understand? They'd rather give sugar money than to me. Who's more valuable, sugar or me? Would you rather put $7.20 in a Coke can, or would you rather give it to me? Because I'll help you to make more money, but the sugar will help decrease your life. You understand? So realize this now. There are people out there who are really jealous of the person you may be right now. So you have to realize now, no matter what, I see already people are jealous of me because I have a successful life, because I'm traveling, because I do more, because I'm loving myself more. And realize this now, it's never about you, it's about them in that situation. But realize this, that it's always about you in your life. Keep it about you. Keep it about you and who you are. Keep life on your side. So when you're on your side, you will ultimately succeed. Make sure that no matter what, you're never feeling guilty, that you're never attacking your heart with the mind. What do I mean? I recently had a really deep sorrow event last week, and I really attacked my heart with my mind. And I said to my heart, you have to pick right or wrong. You have to pick right or wrong. And that life, there is no right or wrong. And my heart tore up. It just completely blew a glass. It completely blew its gasket before. Do you understand what I mean? It started to really cry. It started to really hurt. My heart started to hurt because I pushed my heart so hard. I pushed my heart to make a decision that there was a situation in my life where maybe people would have attacked me. I was thinking about the worst case scenario, and I said to my heart, is it right or wrong? Make a decision, make a decision. And my heart just, boom, what happened? And I started to cry. I really started to hurt. And I cried for 20 minutes. And I really was hurting. I went to the mirror. I said, sorry, my heart, sorry, my heart, sorry, heart, sorry, heart, I love you, I love you, I love you, please come back, please come back. And no matter what, I was dying in that moment. I was really dying. And no matter what, never force your heart to be right or wrong. Do you understand? Your mind will need answers. And your mind may ask you for the answer because of asking your heart to be right or wrong about situations. Realize that there is no right or wrong, okay? Say somebody killed somebody. There is no right or wrong about that. It's just the way it is. Do you understand? So look at life based on what is. There is no right or wrong. A kid being thrown from the balcony is just what is. There is nothing else to it. You understand? So guess what? That's the way the world is. And you have to realize that's just what is, and you can never change that. Yeah, do you understand? Because whoever put us here has put us here for a reason. So what we have to do is realize that there's a better world out there and that we can make a difference when we seek out a better difference. We need to actually seek out a better way to lead other people. And how do we do that? We make sure that we improve ourselves first. We improve ourselves first, that way we have self-education. Self-education is the key for the world's success in terms of being better than yesterday. So that's the whole point of leadership. The whole point of transformational leadership, as John C. Maxwell says, is being better than yesterday. Guys, there's nothing else to it. So as long as you can be better than yesterday, guys, my job is done. So realize this, I can teach you all the ideas in the world, and you can listen to me right now and take action and really succeed. Otherwise, you'll just be hearing me out. So the whole point of life is first hear me out, and then grab an idea and apply it. When you apply it, you have taken action. You have now taken more responsibility. So I had to do that over 50,000 times in 1 year. So from 2019 March to 2020 March, I've made 50,000 decisions and more to be able to be more successful for my life, so that I succeed, so that I have more. That's the whole point. So see in your life right now, who is it in your life who can actually help you? no matter what, guys, there is always somebody that can help you. There's always somebody in your life that can really teach you a better life. So in terms of my life, guys, I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you everything that you need. So realize that you just have to come to me anyway. You just have to realize to just keep reading and keep taking action based on what I've said already. So if you've made it to this video, make sure that you've watched my previous videos so that you can catch up. Because guys, no matter what, everything I've said has led to this point. I've given you so much information based on my videos. So you have to realize that that is real knowledge, because that has made me better than yesterday. Now, what you have to realize now is there's a better way for you in the world. And the better way is right now. The better way is being better than yesterday. The better way is making sure that you are growing and succeeding in every aspect of your life. So guys, no matter what, I just have to see where I have to go in terms of getting myself to this place here in Australia, and I'll be in this video very soon. Just make sure you stay tuned. So guys, no matter what, the amazing thing about videos is that you can make videos and you can pause it, and then you can connect the videos inside your phone. So get yourself a Samsung A20 Galaxy and make sure that no matter what, you're always cheering, you're always amazing, and that you always take recognition when you receive it. There was just a guy in the car right now who was driving past me, and he said this way for me because I was on a video, doing a video for you guys. So no matter what, because I'm in a video, doing a video, so no matter what, I'm doing it in the real life right now. So I have to realize that success happens when you happen. So happen first and success will. No matter what, guys, that's Daniel Milivojevic. And realize now today is your most biggest opportunity for success, for life, to be great, to be able to be somebody. You understand? Being great is something amazing. I get to travel, I get to work on the go, and I get to do my passion for free, and I get to realize that, hey, I can travel. I can travel. Why? Because I made the habits necessary to be able to do it. I made myself successful. I took the action on the knowledge to help myself grow. So no matter what, I realize there is a better way out there for you, and the better way for you is to realize something amazing in your life will happen when you start learning. Now, learning is the key foundation for your success. Those people who learn will always grow, will always have something to do, will always see something more in life. So see now that no matter what, when you're doing videos, that you just look at the camera and that you're just realizing the beautiful nature around you. Now, when you're doing videos, you realize to speak from the heart. When you're doing seminars, speak from the heart. When you're doing business, do it from the heart. Because that way, you realize there is always more to say with your heart. There is always more to give. Those people who have nothing to give are people who never live in the heart. So realize those people who never give, never live in the heart. Those people who give and keep giving are always people who are seeking a greater life. Those people who never teach on camera, there are probably people around you who are never teaching around you, who are never doing anything and just working a 9 to 5, and then never really on camera, so I better not. And guys, no matter what, there are probably people around you, and most people around you, who are really never doing any type of videos, audios, and writing, in terms of they're never authors. There are people who never even go on social media to impact the world, and they just have private Instagrams and they have private social medias. Guys, make sure that you have a social media that is actually public, that you can see. Once you go on your social media, it's public, okay? Make your social media public, because when you make it public, people will trust you more. You have to expose yourself. You have to expose the money you have. You have to expose how you do it. You have to expose who you were. You have to expose how you live life. And guys, the more you expose yourself, the more successful you are, the more people will listen to you, the more people will find you attractive. Because guys, when you become the light, you will see the light. You understand? The more you expose about yourself, the more you'll enter the light. And the light will make you successful. The light will set you free. So no matter what, live in the heart. Live every single day in the heart. Realize today is an amazing opportunity for you to really impact the world in a positive way. So the heart can give you really any information that you need, and you always need to seek it from yourself. You need to be the person who says, hey, I can really find you attractive when you're really learning. You have to say that for yourself. And you have to say, hey, I deserve more. I deserve to really impact the world in a positive way. So as long as you have a positive attitude about learning, about growing, and about being curious and open-minded, then you can always succeed. You can always make sure to lead others, and always make sure to do more videos, and always be making sure to do anything in your heart that's going to help you move forward. Now, no matter what, when you're lost throughout life, make sure that you go into the back and the heart. Make sure you always go back into the heart. Make sure you're always doing something in accordance to living in the moment, so that you can really succeed. Now, most people out there are living life and they're scared, they're terrified about life. You have to be that type of person who's never scared about life. You never have to be scared, and you never be scared in life. Make sure that you're fearless. Make sure you have no fear in life. Make sure you're never worried. That's the whole point of having financial freedom. Most people go throughout life thinking they have to be scared about people around them. Never be scared of the people around you. Do you understand? Take control, because the world has put fear into you. The world has made you scared, okay? And because they made you scared, they're saying, shut up and be a nobody. Guys, make sure that you become a somebody, speak up, and start fighting back in terms of being on the offense, and never let people scare you anymore. Because guys, those people who scare you are really saying you must be a nobody. So I've had people in my life, they would say, shut up, sit down, you're a nobody. And guess what? I'm a somebody. So I always say I'm a somebody. Guys, no matter what, fight back in terms of being more successful. When you seek revenge to be more of a success. And then once you're more successful than the people around you, that is your ultimate revenge. You have to realize now, there's always a better world. There's always a better world when you make it. Now, in life, you're going to see success. You're going to say, hey, I have to make a decision now, and I'll just go this way. Because guys, it always makes sense for you to realize that something beautiful in your life will happen when you make it happen. You find yourself in the best places of the world right now. You find yourself in the best places of the world, and you realize how beautiful life can be when you're really doing something incredible. And life is just an amazing opportunity for yourself to really grow. So find ways to grow. Intentionally grow, as John C. Maxwell says. Intentionally grow. Be on camera, really put your heart out there. Put your heart out there, have some courage. Guys, you can find courage in terms of your lifestyle right now, and you can see that no matter what happens, there's always a better life for you. Now, in terms of my life, when I use my heart, I'm the most courageous because my heart has no fear. Do you understand? My heart will take on any man, will take on anybody in life in terms of anything. So guys, I have no fear because I am a somebody. I'm better than yesterday. I have something to say. So you have to realize that you need to speak more. You need to do more. You need to communicate more. You need to really be an extrovert. You need to be somebody who's doing something amazing. Now, you can be an introvert, but make sure that you realize that when you do art, when you're doing art, you're performing art, so you also have to master the extroversion too. You can never just be introverted. You have to be extroverted too. Now, I was an introverted type of guy. I was a person who went throughout life and I was really, let's say, shy about everything. And I never really spoke up. I never really seen how to really communicate before. So I had to start learning communication. And then when I started to journal, I really started to learn how to communicate. And because I did that, because I did do journaling, I still keep it up. And I still write daily in my journal, everything about me, from all the porn I watched, from all the women I had sex with and everything. And I just wrote about everything about in my journal. The same as Anne Frank, who was a person who was in the world over 100 years ago. And she had a diary, which is the diary of Anne Frank. And this is the diary of Danny Milivojevic. But in my journal, it will teach you how to grow. It will teach you how to plan. It will teach you today's world. It will teach you everything. But you have to read it. You have to be a person who's actually reading it. So you have to realize now is your time to read my journal and also pick up the information. I pick up ideas through making sure that no matter what, I teach it first. I teach ideas. That way, when I teach ideas, I really do it. So realize now that the whole point of teaching is that you realize that you're doing it in the moment while other people are actually hearing you. So the more you speak, the more you can speak. The more you are on camera, the more you can be on camera. Now, I've leveled up ever since the person I was last year. So last year I started Snapchat videos and it's already been 1 year. Wow. So 1 year goes quickly. No matter what, guys, I've been doing it for 1 year. And now I can make 1 hour videos because guess what? I started off with 1 minute videos and I had a 500-minute series where each series was 1 minute long and I would upload it to YouTube. And guess what? I had 73 subscribers after 500 videos on YouTube, and I had to hashtag all these videos and I'm thinking, what's happening? And no matter what, guess what happened? I had a nice, beautiful gesture. I started to learn. I said, hey, I can put all my content online in an online storage and I never have to go on social media ever again. And that's what I did. I never went on social media ever again. And here I am now realizing that I have gone on social media ever again and that I did go on Instagram. But what I mean to say is that from that point, I said to myself, I'll never go on social media again. And no matter what, here I am on social media, on Instagram only this time, because guess what? I have no Facebook, I have no YouTube in terms of a YouTube account. What I do have is my ability to teach you, and I do it in my website, I also do it in my Mega Drive and my Instagram. But mostly my Mega Drive is what the real deal is. So whoever gets my Mega Drive gets me, totally. Now my Instagram, yes, there's 2,000 quotes on it. There is also content that you can see. But guys, that's just a show. I just put on that for a show. I never put that on just to really, just for me to make money on Instagram, but it is a money making method. Now Instagram is a money making method, but it's just for show. My real deal is my university in my Mega Storage. It's also me, and it's also my weight loss designs. Now, nobody will get that unless they give me money. I never care about people who never give me value. So no matter what, I need value, guys. So the more value you give me, the more I'll give you. So no matter what, I'm always giving you more than you give me. And no matter what, guys, I realize now that I'm somebody in the world because I speak out my heart, I speak out my truth. I'm a person who has far developed themselves in terms of integrity and the person I am. So you have to realize now, you have to be a person who is far greater today than you were. So what does that really mean? I mean, if you never started off drinking alcohol and you're drinking alcohol today, then you're worse than yesterday. You're never better than yesterday. Even when you have muscles and you're big and fit, but you're still doing drugs, you're never better than yesterday. Sorry. You understand? Because when you're a baby, guess what? You never did drugs. You understand? So do something incredible. If you started off as a meat eater, become a vegan, you'll be better than yesterday. Now, it's true that you can be better than yesterday when you are a meat eater as well. And you could say, be a meat eater and be sober. And you can still look greater than yesterday and be better than yesterday. Yes, it's totally true. But the real attitude is to see that, hey, most of the world eats meat. Let me be the 1% who eats vegan food. That's different. That's more high class. That means that now, because you turn vegan, you have more energy, you have more drive, you'll be able to do more, you're able to see more. And guys, I have no shame about giving videos and doing videos because guys, I have a life. I have something to do. I'm seeing the new scenery and I'm enjoying my life. And no matter what, there's always more to do in life. So be a person who's doing more. Be a person who's doing something amazing in your life so that you can really see how to succeed. Life is success, so make it one. Danny Milivojevic. So realize now, when you're walking throughout life, most people will never care about you on the road. Most people will never give you money. And guess what? You never expect money from anybody but yourself. So make sure no matter what, that you're never expecting other people to give you something because that is true disappointment. Remember, people will disappoint you day in and day out when you expect it from them. When you're expecting something, you're demanding it. Never demand anything from people. Otherwise, you'll never get it. Never demand sex from people. Never demand money. Never demand people to give you something. Just go out and create it for yourself. Go out and do it for yourself. Instead of demanding love, start creating love for yourself. Instead of demanding money, go and make money. You understand? So expect yourself to really travel when you're better than yesterday, when you have more disciplines, when you're really doing something incredible, when you're really better than yesterday in terms of all life experiences. You're always self-reflection, you're always doing self-reflecting methods and self-reflecting tools so that you can really do business strategies, so that you can really plan your life ahead. Because guys, it's important that you do. It's important that you start planning today, that you start journaling. When I read, guys, I read from the heart. When I eat with the heart. When I speak with the heart. When I do my videos, I do it with my heart. Why? Because my heart can really give me the information that I need to really give it to you. So when your heart is giving, when you're giving on camera, give it from the heart and give it totally. And never hold back. So to never hold back, be in the heart. The heart will always give you. Otherwise, when you're blocking the giving, you'll be broke. When you're blocking the giving, you'll be a poor person. When you're blocking the giving, you'll never have anything in life. So give and you shall receive. Give with an open heart. Give, give, give. And realize the more you release from yourself in terms of information into the world, the richer you become, because you start to teach yourself how to grow. You start to teach yourself how to life coach. You start to teach yourself everything about business. So the more you can teach, the more you can really improve your life. Guys, when I go in the toilet and when I actually have to start doing my thing in the toilet, guess what? I do it from the heart. You understand? I do it from the heart. I speak with myself on the toilet seat with my heart. I say, what's next? What do I have to do next? And how do I do this? And how do I do that? Oh, okay, I'll do this. And I make sure that no matter what, I'm never on my phone when I am in the toilet. Now, no matter what, I may listen to music when I'm in the toilet. And guess what? No matter what, even that, you have to realize is never the way to do it. What's the way to do it is realize when you step in the toilet, when you're in the toilet on the toilet seat, switch off the music, switch off everything, and have a moment with yourself. When you're eating, guess what? When you're eating with music, that is also something you can do, but guess what? Realize this, that it actually is the way to go. You can listen to music and you can eat. You understand? Why? Because my heart says you can. You can eat and you can be eating. But when you're in the toilet, when you're doing your thing in the toilet, make sure you're never listening to music. Now, nightclubs have a thing where they pump up the music while people are going into the toilet. Guys, that's never the way to do it. You understand? Have some privacy in the toilet. Make sure that when you're in the toilet, when you're really doing your thing, make sure you're never reading an audiobook. Make sure you're never listening to music. Make sure that when you're in the shower, realize now that in the shower you must never put the music on. Why? Have a moment with yourself, guys. Have the shower time with yourself. Never put music on and never put audiobooks in the shower. Okay, when you're in the pool, when you're doing things in the pool, yes, go in the pool and do it in the pool, but never in the shower. In the shower, it's more, let's say, you have to start just realize to relax. Now, when you're in the shower, have a 5-minute shower max. Never have more than a 5-minute shower. Never even have a bath in life. You understand? Never have a bath. Now, when you're having a bath, it's going to take you more than 5 minutes to have a bath. Now, it's much better for you to just go in the shower, 5 minutes quickly. Never invest in shampoos. Never invest in anything that has animal products. Because I never do. Why do you have to do? Why do you have to invest in animal products? Guess what? No matter what, you've been taught, for those people who do eat animals, you've been taught to eat animals. You have to unteach yourself how to eat animals. And you have to do that by yourself. But guess what? You can also hire me as a coach who can teach you directly with weight loss designs how to really impact your life in a positive way through better eating. And no matter what, it's easy to turn vegan. It's easy to transition into a person who can eat better. Now you have to realize now, there's always something to do in life. There's always more to see. And you realize that when you're walking around Perth, when you're walking around the world doing videos, you have to do it by yourself and nobody can do it for you. Now, no matter what, never find yourself poor, never block your giving, and make sure that you realize that you always receive and that you always receive what you need and never what you never need. You understand? Sometimes people may say, hey, here's a tire for my car, do you need it? What are you gonna do with the tire? You're a person traveling the world. You understand? So guess what? So no matter what, guess what? Just say no, thank you. But when you need something and they give it to you, take it. Take it when you need it. You understand? Take what you need. but give more than you take. You understand? Now, no matter what, always give more and you shall have more. When you're giving more, you'll see that there's always a better way for you to live life. There's always more inspiration in the world for you to give. There's always something more for you to do. And your heart can lead you straight into a better life. Now, when you're giving seminars, when you're in front of people, listen, ask them. Say, hey, yeah guys, I charge $7.20. I charge 3 packages. There's $100 per hour for me. There's also $15 weight loss designs for a month. Now for the life coaching package, you guys can have me now for $100 an hour. But guess what? It's limited time only. And you have to say it. You have to say it's limited time only, because guess what? Otherwise, people will take advantage of you, and no matter what, you have to raise your prices so that you become more valuable. Either way. So no matter what, say people never purchase my package, in terms of they never invested in me, and my package right now that's $7.20, guess what? I'll raise that price. Do you understand? I'll raise it. I'll raise it so high that, guess what? No matter what, they will never invest in it. Do you understand? Because guess what? Then the world will never be worth it for me. Because I'm worth it. But for them to never give me money based on me being yesterday, it just shows me that the world is never worthy of me and my information. So no matter what, I'll walk successful either way. And I'll never walk out, but I'll find real estate and I'll do real estate. I'll make the money somehow. I'll make the money. And no matter what, I'm not worried about money, because I have the talent and ability to make it right now. So no matter what, say that ever happened, that they never give me money, guess what? I just walk a better man anyway. So there's a quote that says, make yourself happy at least, at most. No matter what, say you can never make the world happy, the quote says, make yourself happy at most. So it says it this way: if you can never make the world happy, make yourself happy the most. And that's it. Do you understand? So nothing else matters but your happiness. Realize today something amazing has to happen in your life. So you have to grab an idea, you have to grab an inspirational insight from this video. As Jamie Smart says in his audiobook Clarity, look for the insight. Where's the insight into what you're reading? What is the insight into something that you can take action on? Do you understand? When millionaires hire people to give them knowledge, they say, give me an idea, go read these books, give me an idea, give me one idea from that book. Do you understand? So when you're around millionaires, they expect you to speak ideas. They expect you to really start to improve. No matter what, expect for yourself to improve the most. But realize that no matter what, that when you're around millionaires, to really just give them ideas. Never expect them to give you anything. Never expect people to give you anything. Now, millionaires would never expect anything from anyone. And just realize that no matter what, some may expect something from somebody. Because there are many lying rich people out there. I'm never a liar. And there are many ways to really clarify that for myself and to see that, hey, I'm better than yesterday. So whoever you believe now is who you become. So realize this, that you just believe in yourself the most. You understand? Believe in those people who give you information that are lifting you up. But make sure that you believe in yourself the most. Now, only believe in yourself. Never believe in other people at all. Never believe in me, never believe in anybody, but make sure that you believe in those who are lifting you up. Now, you only believe in what you see. You only believe in what you have. So believe in yourself the most, because guys, believing in others, believing in me will also never give you exactly everything. So you need to really, really give you the most information you can to really see that you are the only person who can give you everything. Now, I can give myself everything, and I can give you all the knowledge that I have, but I can never do it for you, and that's what I mean. You have to believe in yourself the most. So guys, I'll just check my GPS just to see where I'm going, and I'll be back, and I'll never be back, but I'll be moving forward and I'll make another video. Guys, no matter what you're doing in life, just realize you need to succeed. You need something incredible. So guys, no matter what, as you can see, that life is beautiful when you make it beautiful. It's incredible to see scenery. Guys, I suggest you always lifting yourself the most, because there's just amazing scenery here in Perth, and I hope that you can really grasp a better life for yourself. I hope that you really take action of what I've said in life, so that you really see that life is what you make of it. you understand? Life is what you make of it. So you realize that when you're seeing beautiful towers such as this, it's going to inspire you to make more videos, and so you can really see all these beautiful buildings around you. So no matter what, realize this: the sky is never the limit. Okay? Realize that your heart is never the limit. Speak with the heart, and you have the mindset. So guys, when you're traveling, you'll see something amazing happen. You'll start to learn, you'll start to grow. As long as you're dedicated, you would never go back. Those people who are actually traveling and going back are the people who are never learning and never growing. Only the people who are really learning and growing are really seeing amazing material into the world. And no matter what, realize this, that material aspects of life will never get you further than you are now. So guess what, no matter what, material will never get you anywhere in life. You understand? So you have to realize the only person that can get you somewhere is you. Now, you need to build the skills you need to be able to grow. You need to work on yourself more than you do at a 9-to-5 job, as Jim Rohn says. And that way, you will make a fortune, as Jim Rohn says. So realize this now, to never look in rubbish bins, and to make sure that you're always somebody who is actually very rich, because guys, looking inside rubbish bins is never going to make you a person far greater than you are. So realize this, to stay away from looking inside rubbish bins because you look like a druggo doing that. So guys, make sure you have some more class. Make sure you're a person who never has to look inside rubbish bins for food, because otherwise people will stay away from you, and people can see that type of attitude and how poor you can be in that aspect of life. So guys, just realize, no matter what's happening in the world, there's always something to see. There's always something more that you can do. So realize today to make your life beautiful, make your life something extra, make your life so fantastic that you can really see life, that you can really see the surroundings of where you are. Because guys, you are important. Now you'll see something amazing as you see life. Life is great when you make it great. Now you have to be a great person. You have to be a person who is far greater than you are. So realize, never be scared about the people around you. Never be scared about what's happening. What's happening around you never matters. What matters is where you are going now and what you're doing now. So focus on yourself the most. Never focus on other people. Focus on yourself. Never think about who's having sex. Never think about who you would love to have a go with. Think about, hey, let me improve first, and the woman and men will come to me. You never have to go seek a relationship with another person. You never have to be in a relationship in your life. You never have to have kids. Just because other people are having kids, just because other people have marriage, just because other people have a wife or husband, never means that you have to have one. Be content in yourself. Be a content person. Be a person who is very satisfied in the person you are. Because guys, the only person that can make it happen is you. But you have to realize now that a marriage, a woman, a man can never make you happier. The only person that can make you happier is you. So realize now today that you really are interested in yourself the most, because that way people will be interested in you. Now when you're looking at the world and what's in the world, realize that you are the world. Realize that what's out there is you. Now what is that? It means that when you're looking outside, the only aspect of life you must be looking at is yourself. Never look for material aspects of life to fulfill you. Never look for people to fulfill you, because the world's materials and the world's people will never ever satisfy who you are. So you need to realize that only growth will ever make you happy in life. So seek to read, seek to grow, and seek to inspire yourself through ideas and through motivation and through making sure that you're disciplining yourself every single day to succeed and to be a better person who speaks from the heart, who has a legacy, who has something going for them, who's really dedicated to living a greater life. Now, no matter what, here I am in Perth. I have to walk 6 kilometers to the government's agency just to be able to say that I've arrived in Perth here, just so that I can gain some profit from the government, so that I can really make sure that my life is better. Now, no matter what, guys, you can see how I live, and yes, I make money, but how do I really make money? I make money by being better than yesterday. And no matter what, you can see how I really go around life. Now, I'm not ashamed about who I am, because guess what? I'd rather be using other people's money and be able to really profit from the person I am than having to really sense that, hey, there's something wrong with me. Because there's nothing ever wrong with me and what I do in life. There's only, hey, I'm better than yesterday. Let me teach you how to be better than yesterday. You understand? So as you can see, yes, I've been traveling Australia right now for 8 months with the government's money. You understand? Now, no matter what, you can see that, and it's the truth. Now, the truth shall set you free. Now, when you expose your when you expose the totality of who you are, you say, yes, I was traveling with the government's money for 8 months, and what? What are you guys going to do about it? You understand? Now, no matter what, you have to realize now, that's how it is. That I never scammed anybody, but the world is scamming you. Now, what is the world? The world is people in it are encouraging you to go and work the 9-to-5 job. Now, when you're working a 9-to-5 job, guess what's happening? You're losing time. Your time is money, okay? Your time is world travel. Understand? So your time must be more valuable than the money you get from the 9-to-5. Do you understand? So stay away from the 9-to-5. Look what I'm doing. I'm traveling the world. Yes, on the government's money, thank you very much. But at least I get to live a longer life. At least I get to experience freedom for myself. At least I get to really help myself do much better. Now, no matter what, guys, I was raised with the government's money. In terms of the government has been supporting me since I was a little small baby. So guess what happens? When you have kids and they give you money, the government's giving you money, never judge me for getting the government's money to travel Australia, because guess what? The government's giving you money too. You understand? So we are even Stevens. You understand? No matter what, I'm an odd number, I'm number one in my life. But you have to realize, to make money, you need to be a leader. Now, since I have exposed now the totality of how I really, really get around Australia, you understand? It's never really the money. Guess what? When I was 25, when I was 24, 23, 22, 21, I was receiving the same, let's say, the same capital from the government as I do today. Why? Because guess what? Today I improved my habits. Today my habits are much more than I was before. So because I'm a better person today, I get to travel now. Why? Because I've improved my habits, guys. I've improved my habits. So no matter what, you can see now that I'm not a liar, I'm not a scammer. I'm a person who's helping you in some type of way. And I hope that you see that. I hope that you see, no matter what, that you can trust me and that I'll never work for money. No matter what, say the government never gave me money ever again, guess what? I would say bye-bye, and guess what I would say? I would start to really work on myself and do my business once again. No matter what, I never lose. I never lose either way. So guess what? I would never work the 9-to-5 job. I said I'll never work the 9-to-5 job. What I would do is just gain money when I have it and make sure to better myself with it so that I can have more money in the future. That's why I say live like you're broke. Now, since I am in this position now, and I do make sure that I receive the government's money so that I can travel the world, as I said already, but realize that was something incredible that I just said. Because guys, it took me massive time to be able to even say that. And now I have to work with this and I have to say that, hey, people may attack me about it. People may attack me that, hey, I was taking the government's money, that I was actually receiving the government's money for 8 months while I was traveling. And guess what? Yes, I was applying for jobs. And guess what? None of them selected me. You understand? So no matter what, I did have selections in terms of job requirements. But guess what? No matter what, I never needed their jobs. You understand? So guess what I did? I just made sure to just keep traveling. You understand? So is that breaking the law? No. How is it breaking the law? It's never breaking the law. Guess what? There's no such thing as a law in life. There's no such thing as a law that you must work a 9-to-5 job. Otherwise, you will be confiscated and you will be in jail. No way, no way. Guess what? Nobody can force you to work. Nobody can force you to speak. Nobody can force you to do anything. You understand? They just say, oh, if you never work, then we'll get this off you. And guess what? No matter what, I just made sure to just keep on going, and I make sure to just enjoy my life, enjoy the person I am. Because guys, no matter what, life is meant to be on your side. Now, you may say, oh, but look at all the other people who haven't worked 9 to 5, and look at you. You just received the government's investments and you call yourself a life coach. Now, yes, I'm a life coach. Guess why? Because I've bettered my habits, I've become better than yesterday, and at least I can travel in terms of who I am. Because before, I was never able to do it, and because I can travel now, I can actually show you how you can do the same. And no matter what, I'm here to help you grow just as much as the government is here to help me with money. So no matter what, realize this, that for me to work a 9 to 5 job will be the end of me. So I do whatever I can right now in the moment to be able to give you all the information I can so that you can succeed. And once you succeed, you can realize that no matter what, people when they attack you, guys, speak from the heart anyway and say, yes, even though you receive the government's capital, that you realize that it will never get you further. You understand? You may be working on 9 to 5. You may be somebody who's making more than me in terms of money aspects. But guess what? I have the health, I have veganism, I have sobriety, I have the planning strategies, I have the communication skills, I have the public speaking, I have the public speaking skills, I have the mindset, I have the feeling, I have the energy, I have greatness inside of me. So no matter what you're making in a 9 to 5 job will never get you further. What's going to get you further is your skills and your habits. That's what I teach. I teach habits and skills because I see that working the next 5 years in a 9 to 5 job will never get me anywhere. Do you understand? What's going to get me somewhere is self-education, and that's why I've been teaching all these courses. And yes, even though I have been receiving money, I've never been scamming the government. You understand? I was never scamming the government. Honestly, I was never scamming the government. What I was really doing is just receiving their benefits so that I can travel. And there's no harm in that. Do you understand? And no matter what, I would succeed anyway. Either way. So guys, realize this now. That when you're enjoying your life, when you're doing something amazing in your life, that you really do it with the best attention. So when you are taking money, make sure you're giving back more. No matter what you're doing, I've been doing my work ever since I've been starting the life coaching program, which is all my life. All my life I've been a life coach. I just decided to be really aware of it about a year ago and more. So no matter what, guys, see that life is on your side when you are giving. When you're giving, you shall receive. So I really have no shame about my situation with money because, guys, I have money, I can travel, and I realize that, yes, I do live sometimes on $5 a day because guess what? Sometimes I have to make sure that my finances are in the best place, and yes, I make financial decisions where I may make a mistake, and guess what? I have to borrow money even more, and I have to ask my dad for extra money, which is my biological dad. I have to ask my dad, and I have to ask my biological dad for extra money, and because I do, guess what happens? He gives me money and I succeed more. But when he gives me money in this time, I succeed even more because I've lifted myself either way. So either way, I'm 27, receiving the government's capital right now. And guess what? I'm never proud, but I am grateful for what I have. So those people who do work the 9 to 5 job, guess what? No matter what, you got yourself into it. I never got you into it. And you have to realize now that I have no shame anymore because I'm exposed now as a person who just is going inside their own way of life, and you can decide to listen to me or not and just realize I'm better than not, but that life must be something that you invest in, that you realize, hey, I've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing to hide. And that life must be on your side when you are helping in some type of way. Now, I escaped the 9 to 5 job because it's a rat race and that people are slaves to money, and I just never consider myself a slave. I'll never work the 9 to 5 job again, I promise myself. No matter what. Say the government did take me off the dole, guess what? Good for you. But guess what? I'll create something. I'll create big seminars in the world. I'll do something amazing. Why? Because I can teach you guys how to really succeed. I can give you ideas. I can give you something amazing. Now, if you think I'm lying in this video, please unsubscribe with my video, because I promise you that you deserve then something less than me. That's the way it is. That's the way it is, because no matter what, guys, if you never trust me because I am receiving money from the government, then you never deserve me. Right. So no matter what, I realize now that people may attack me, but no matter what, they'll never make me work the 9 to 5. I'll never allow myself to. And whoever attacks me about it is really going to see that no matter what, I've been helping, I've been doing better than yesterday. I was a schizophrenic, and I was a person who far was mentally unhealthy. And guess what? Because of my success now, I have more chances to live life fuller because I stay away from the 9 to 5. I'm a person who stays away from the 9 to 5. I'm never ashamed to admit it. And yes, it's scary to even admit this to people that, hey, I was receiving government investments for this long and I succeeded in these type of ways. And guess what? I have no shame about it, but people, they rub shame in you that you must work because they work. And guess what? I'm not you, okay? I'm not you. So you go away from me now, because you'll never make me work the 9 to 5. And no matter what, guys, just realize the 9 to 5 way is never the way either. You may be working 9 to 5. And if you're attacking me because I am traveling while receiving the government's money, then guess what? Then you're jealous. You're jealous of me because you have never had the same as me. So realize this now. No matter what I said, let's put it behind us now. Let's see that, hey, I do help people in a type of way where no matter what I do, I'm always thinking about how to be better and how to make you better. So if you never see my heart and where my heart is right now, then I promise you, please never be in my life. Because guys, I only need people who are really empathetic about the person I am and really lifting me up, because those people who can afford to stay away from 9 to 5, please do, and do the same thing I did, because it's going to help you. Guys, no matter what you're doing, just make sure that you're living your life, and that you're living it better, but just give me some time just to make sure that I get over the bridge so I can do another video. Hey guys, when you're giving a video in terms of what you're doing today, realize that no matter what happens, you need to be someone who is really in your heart and giving the truth, because the truth will set you free, guys. Speak out your worst wishes and dreams. Make sure that you are, no matter what, giving the truth out there, and let them decide what to do with you, because guess what? Once the truth is out there, everybody must follow the truth. And those people who never do, guess what? And they imprison you for it, no matter what happens, you deserve better. And realize, once you say the truth, people can see the scratch of who you are. And that's the whole deal. It's going to make you stronger. So realize now, that is Optus Stadium in Perth, right there. This is the nice beautiful river next to Perth. And guys, just realize today is your day to speak more truth.